Hey guys, welcome back to the United Star. So today we have Hashmat Bakshi and Prasham Kothari talking about whether Pogba should stay at the club or should he be sold and moved on, and United should build their team around the younger generation coming up and the players that they're buying, such as Bruno Fernandes. So
So whether Paul Pogba will still be at United next season or not is interesting. Because firstly, he's expressed interest in being at United because he's excited by what Bruno has shown and the positive impact he's had on the team and the way he's helping people around him. And he wants to be part of that midfield trio, and he's apparently even excited to be a part of it to help United come out of the sort of slump they are in and to help them challenge to win titles and things like that. But at the same time, you have to also consider that he's probably going to be offered a contract by clubs like Madrid, Juventus, PSG, and Barcelona, who are much closer to winning titles, who are much closer to winning the Champions League. And the caliber of Paul Pogba would sort of lure him there. So it's hard. I don't see Pogba staying at United next season unless we sign a couple of more players who have the same impact, who have the same potential impact rather that Bruno has had, and that might sway his decision. The other thing is whether we really should keep him after all that has gone on. So of course there's been a lot of drama around it, and Paul Pogba has been disgruntled with the staff and with the management and with the way he's been treated, and he's not happy about it. And the fans are also not happy about it, and it's gotten quite toxic. And in a way, it's weighing the team down, it's weighing other players down, and a lot of attention is on just one player rather than the entire team. So, in that respect, also, it might not make sense to keep Pogba. But again, on the other hand, Paul Pogba is one of the best midfielders in the world, and he's probably on just ability and talent alone better than even Kevin De Bruyne at this point. But is that, and any team would of course want to keep him, but then for that to happen he needs to be 100% committed to the United cause. He needs to come and turn up every single week and not just show flashes of brilliance through parts of the season. And every week has to be about a 6 or a 7 out of 10 performance. We can't have 4 or 5 weeks of 2 out of 10 performances and then suddenly a 10 out of 10 performance and then suddenly he disappears again. So that will not work. There needs to be more consistency and commitment on his part.
So Paul Pogba, in my opinion, should not stay at Man United because he's just caused too many problems for us in the last, I'd say, year. He's caused a lot of headlines for all the wrong reasons. You know, that, oh, should he leave? Raiola said this. Does Paul Pogba want to be at Man United? I don't think so. Because Rayola's made comments about the club, about Oli, and Paul Pogba as a Man United player should be coming out and kind of, putting his stamp on it and saying, you know what, I don't agree with that, and this is my views. But he's not done that, so he's practically agreeing in silence. I think it's coming at a good time for Man United because we need a lot of money to fund summer transfers. Jadon Sancho, Jack Grealish, maybe Saul Niguez, world-class centre-back, maybe even a striker in my opinion. But it's gone on too long. He's given us good memories, no doubt about that. You know, the game against City at the Etihad was a top-class performance, world-class. But it's become a situation where he feels more important. He feels like he's pulling the strings, and he feels like he's got the club wrapped around his fingers. And that's not the situation Man United need to be in, or any club for that matter. You see how Dimitri Payet and West Ham had their falling out, and United have had it in the past as well with Lukaku faking injuries at the end of training sessions to just not play games. Ronaldo had a few complications. Tevez had a few complications after he lost to Barcelona in the Champions League final in 2009. It's one of those again where the player thinks he's bigger than the club, and you're seeing that a lot increasingly in today's players in today's generation. Is just because clubs are slapping such a big worth on them, and they feel like, we're genuinely worth that much. But unfortunately, that's the way the market's playing. I'm genuine. Bruno has come in, and the replacement story. Does Bruno replace Paul Pogba? Do you know, they're very similar types of players, but for the sake of the argument, let's say he does replace Paul Pogba. I don't think that's our biggest problem. Replacing Paul Pogba is not the biggest of issues because we've not had time to build a team around him. Hence, we've not used him to the fullest yet. So, we're not losing out much. I think we need a midfielder like Jack Grealish because we haven't replaced Ander Herrera. Fred and McTominay, Mata have all stepped up to the plate, but you always need competition in the squad, so that's why Jack Grealish is a good option. But Paul Pogba going can fund these transfers and more, because United are a club that need to be spending heaps more than they're making on transfers alone, and they've not been doing that too much. So yeah, essentially, in a nutshell, Paul Pogba, pack your bags. Thank you very much for the memories, and on you go to the next club, because he's not got a long-term future with United, that's for sure.
Hey guys, so that's about it. I hope you liked the video. Give it a like, give it a subscribe, and put your comments down below about what you think, whether Pogba should stay or should he leave. That being said, one of my friends has started their own beverage company, and we're putting the Instagram link in the description below. Here's a small clip about it as well. See you next time.